Hi, I'm Martin. I play guitar in Swedish band Meshuggah. You're watching Toazted.
Can you first of all introduce yourself?
I'm Marten Hagstrom. I'm the rhythm guitarist of Meshuggah.
Okay, you say rhythm guitarist, but you know it's still very hard to play what you guys play.
Yeah, I mean, but the reason I said rhythm guitarist is because I don't like solo guitar. I like Fredrik, our lead guitar player. I think he does a great job, but I'm not like I'm not a fan of guitar leads, so I'd rather just play shit, you know. Difficult or not, I don't care.
Yes, of course, Fredrik does a lot of weird guitar solos, but so you don't like any guitar solos at all, or?
A little bit. I do some of the melody stuff I write for my songs, you know, like and a few of them. But you know, we've been trying to cut down on the solos. If there's a reason for a solo, it's awesome. It's just great, but not just for the sake of it. So I do a little bit, but just sometimes.
So you're more into melodies than just all-out soloing.
Yeah, I mean, I like soloing, and I like when people know what to do with the lead. But Fredrik has a unique style of his own, so there's no reason for both of us. I don't want to mess with that. I'm more of a songwriter than a guitar player. I play the guitar to be able to write songs, you know, and that's my reason for doing it. I'm not an instrumentalist, you know.
Is that also the reason you started out playing?
Yeah. Basically, because when I was a kid, I mean, yeah, when you're like 12 or 13, you pick up a guitar, you kind of course, you're like, oh, I want to play the guitar, it's fucking cool. But the reason for picking up the guitar was like basically the feeling I had when I was listening to music when I was like that age. It was like, damn, like you heard AC/DC or Rush or Iron Maiden, and it was like, damn, I want to be able to write songs myself, like come up with stuff. It was like the imagination part of it and the creativity that attracted me, not like being really cool, playing really fast.
Why a guitar then?
I guess it was like just a fluke. I guess I was attracted to guitar-driven music when I was a kid. I liked guitar-driven music more than other types of music.
And of course, you guys have been playing Upsand songs now live for quite a while. Mm-hmm. How's it going?
It's going really good. We sort of divided our touring into two segments. For the first one, that's going to end with this tour stopping. So we did rehearse 3 songs from off the new album for this one. It's going to be Bleed, Electric Red, and Pravus. And those 3 we kind of rehearsed and did for the Ministry tour. We did it in the beginning of the summer. We've been doing it on the festivals, and we're going to do it now. Then when we come back from this tour, we'll see if we're going to switch it out. But the 3 we're doing right now, we're feeling comfortable with.
Yeah. Even Bleed?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bitch to play, but we're only playing the video edit, which is half the song. And then another thing is, like, to begin with, it was really tough because you got to approach that song a little bit differently. You got to be a little bit more, you know, standoffish. You got to be like a little bit more loose and not like give it all you got because you're going to cramp up straight away. So some nights when you got bad monitors, it's really rough, but it's, you know, it's, you get used to it, so it's all right. You cramp up a little bit and then you curse a little bit and then it's all good, you know.
You never had real arm problems or wrist problems? Or something?
Well, not so that we had to see a physiotherapist or anything, but, you know, like every once in a while I cramp up real bad, or Thomas might cramp up real bad. But it's a matter of being prepared, you know. Like if you're hearing what you're doing and you can be relaxed about it, it's most of the time a good thing. But if it's like you're in a rush, you got no monitors, and you're up there, and it's like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, what the fuck's going on? And then you just gotta have to wing it, man. And it's like,
and that's the reason you play the video edit.
Yeah, a little bit, but not only. It has another reason too. When we rehearsed those 3 songs, we started out with Bleed because we knew that was going to be, it might pose a problem, you know. We didn't know if we were going to make it, so we started rehearsing half of that song so we could get the figures into our systems. And then when we actually had those, like the rhythmic movement in so we could lock down tight, we realized that, well, okay, but we're gonna have to play more songs than Bleed. We can't just play one song, so like we have to rehearse like Electric Red and Pravus as well. So we did, and we got those down, and then we realized there's no time rehearsing the second part. So maybe for the US tour we're doing next February, maybe.
So they get the full song.
Maybe. We'll see. We might cut it all together too, you know, and then play some other shit. We don't know yet.
We'll play something easier.
Well, yeah, or play something that we haven't played from Obscen yet. I mean, we've done 8 weeks in the States with this setup, so we'll see.
So you're not playing the title song. That's right.
No, we're not, and that's maybe one of the songs we're going to put into the set.
So actually, who decided that was going to be the title song?
All of us. We were not really sure, but it felt like when that song came together, it felt like that had a pretty healthy extreme of old school Meshuggah and new stuff in it, and it's like, you know, so it felt like a good and straightforward song to have as a title track. You know, I don't know why, but it I think it represented it pretty good or something. You know.
And this entire album is really best of both worlds, from old Meshuggah and new Meshuggah, but it's because Catch 33 was very experimental for you guys as well. But is there anything experimental about this album? Or?
A lot, I would say, because a lot of people say that, okay, Catch 33 was super experimental, and now you've gone back to like a little bit more easy, you know, concept. But I think that's pretty much. I can understand where it's coming from, but if you take that approach, you haven't really been listening to the album, because there's a lot of shit going on. If you listen to a song like Dancers to Discordant System, for instance, it's not a Britney Spears song, you know, and it's real tricky to play, and people are like, well, you know, Catch 33 was more complicated. I would say that it's just as hard to pull the whole of Catch 33 off and pull the whole of this album off would be pretty equal.
Do you actually still play parts of Catch 33?
No, not in the live set, but we're thinking about putting that back in as well. We're not 100% sure, because last time we played Catch 33, we did like 13 minutes or something off of it. And it feels like it would be nice to play even more from it, but we're not sure we're going to do the same segment or maybe do a new segment, but that, you know, would entail a lot of rehearsing. So then we come into a situation where, like, okay, how much time do we have? Like, do we want to spend it on re-rehearsing Catch 33 or rehearsing the new songs or whatever? So I think we're going to come back home from this tour, take like a little breather, and, you know, get a feel of what we think. You know, okay, what's bad about this set? What do we need to change? You know. Have you
guys ever actually played the entire Catch 33 thing, everything?
No, not as a band together from first. I mean, it's 47 minutes, so it's like, if we would have done that, if we would have bothered to rehearse the whole thing so that we could actually just 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the whole band starts playing, we would probably have done it live, the whole song. Because I mean,
But have you played all the parts separately once?
Well, yeah, I mean, most of this stuff we played, but I mean, Catch 33 in itself is a little bit different than all the other, since it's programmed drums. So some parts we've never played as a band.
Are you sad about that? Or?
No, I don't give a shit. It's like, people are sometimes, especially our fans, seem to be very hooked up on the fact that, you know, it's like, oh, you know, it's a musician's band, it's got to be technical and whatever. We don't really care how people get a result on the album. If you play the keyboard like this and it sounds cool, go for it. If you want to throw eggs at a wall and record that, it's all fine. It's about the idea. It's not about being, you know, show off. We don't give a shit about instrumentalism and musicianship. Where it's like, it's a musicianship to us is being able to get your idea across. Period. So when we did Catch 33, people were like, whoa, isn't it a problem when Thomas hasn't been playing the drums? And it's like, why? It sounds the way we want it to. So, you know, it's like because sometimes people get so focused on that everything has to be done a certain way, and to us that's just snobbery, you know. It's like, it's not important. I listen to electronic music, and where nothing is played, everything is programmed, and I sometimes I think it's the most interesting music around. It's all about, you know, the idea.
So you might delve into something like that?
Yeah, I mean, we don't try. I mean, what we do in Meshuggah is something that just, like, whatever comes around, we do, and it just happens to be whatever we do. But when it comes to listening to other types of music, we get a lot of inspiration from stuff that's not metal, because I think that we've always had the standpoint that whatever music it is, most genres has something to offer. It might be like, you know, like country, for instance. It might be 99.9% crap. But there's one artist that can speak to you, and then it's all right. So if you close your mind to that, you're going to miss out, you know. So we're trying to stay open, you know.
So name one band people won't expect you that you listen to?
I've said it in a lot of interviews, so it's probably no surprise, but I mean Square Pusher, for instance, or Aphex Twin is something that we listen to, or Autechre is like electronic music I listen to that might strike people as a bit odd. I mean, if I tell people I listen to Devin the Doob, the rap artist from Houston, people will be surprised, I probably think. But I mean, it's not about genre. You know, metal has been a lot of metal was always to us an arena where you could do what the fuck ever you wanted, you know? And nowadays it's become a little bit like, well, that's not metal, and it's like, I think that's the most poser-like attitude you could have, to decide whether other people could do or not, especially in a music form that I've always considered, from when I grew up and listened to Metallica and Slayer and Anthrax and stuff, to be one of those places where you could do whatever you want. So I think it's actually, the mindset is closing down, which I think is sad.
Yeah, I think it's sad too, you know. But there are some bands that are experimenting still in metal.
Oh, yeah, a lot. I mean, the Dillinger Escape Plan is a good band. Whenever Mike Patton put out something like Fantomas or whatever, it's awesome. And Gojira is a really good band. And Scarv, when they were around, was a good band. It's not like I love The Haunted. I mean, it's very traditional metal, but they do it right from the heart, and it sounds fucking killer. I actually heard their new album, the upcoming album, they gave it to us. It's going to be a monster. It's a fucking badass album. So there's a lot of metal around that's cool, but if I look at the majority, what I hear, it's like, dude, give it a break. But having that said, there's still a lot of interesting music around.